Alright, I'm going to make a video on how to change a track, at least on a Polaris. This is my 99 XC500. First, what you're going to want to do is loosen this, the rear axle assembly. You have to put a wrench on both sides and just kind of counter loosen them. Well, I don't know what to call it, but just get them apart. And then you're going to want to loosen the track with the tensioners. Back those out so that it's got a lot of slack. Once you do that, you want to start pulling your suspension bolts. It's 4 bolts. I recommend if you got an air impact, use that. It's much easier. Without that, these tend to just sit there and spin. They're pretty hard to get out. But I just got them out. Took a couple tries. I had to loosen them, tighten them one side, and just kind of get them even. And they pulled out. Now I gotta do the front. Okay, I just got the 2 front ones out. Those are super easy. So now the suspension's not in the sled. Well, it's down there, but it's not connected. So to do this, you gotta get the back end really high up. Well, pretty high up. And pull that skid out. It's gonna be kind of hard with all the bogey wheels here to hit all the track guides and shit. But yeah, it's easier with 2 people. But my brother just left, so I'm gonna try to do this by myself. And then after that, we'll do the next step. All right, just the skid. I used a, I don't know, about 2.5 foot board, maybe 3. Just lifted the rear end up, and then I pulled the front out first. Usually we do the rear, but I don't know, it worked a lot easier pulling the front out. So when you got the skid out, I recommend checking all the bearings and all the bogey wheels, because you don't want them all screwed up. They can have a little wiggle. That's about going right. So yeah, once you get the skid out, you're gonna wanna pop your hood, get your exhaust out. It's just held on by a bunch of springs, and you can do either side, but you're gonna have to get pull my clutch cover here under the secondary, right down there. See there? That's the jack shaft. Oh, what's that friggin' called? The hanger. That's the jack shaft hanger with the speedo cable on it. Pull your belt off. If you can, get your secondary off, because that'll make your life a lot easier. And that might be a pain in the ass to get off too, but usually not too bad. And then take your chain case apart and just loosen the bottom. Take the bottom gear off, because that's what your drive shaft, what you gotta get your track out, is connected to. So, all right, once you got everything else out, you wanna drain your chain case. Some models, Polaris, like mine, has a drain plug on the bottom, but I didn't even realize that. So it's just a little hole on the bottom of the belly pan. Other than that, sometimes you can just catch it all with just a catch pan or whatever. Coffee can works good. Get that bottom gear off, like right there. And over here, my secondary came off with no problem at all, just slid right off. And take your bearing hanger or your speedo housing thing off. Then you should be set. Take it out. Okay, that wasn't too hard. Jack shaft right there. Make sure you check that bearing. Make sure that's all good. And just check your drivers for any wear. Your drive cogs. These look brand new. Here's my old track. Just like a 3/4 inch Polaris standard. It's studded. Looks in really good shape. Some of the studs are just worn down.